Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight, the Australian Speedway League Super Late Models are at Eldora Speedway for round number 1. 2 races on the programs. We'll have the 360 sprint cars after the Super Late Models in action here. My name is Brett Wheeler. Thank you for joining us here on this Wednesday evening. We are getting set for practice to close here in just under a minute's time. We'll have qualifying. It'll be lone qualifying. Each driver will have 2 laps, and we'll get into some heat racing action. I believe we'll have about 4 heat races. We've got 35 drivers that have signed into the pits here this evening. So 4 heat races. We'll have 2 B mains. In fact, we might even have a C and a B main, and then we'll get into the 30-lap feature event. So we're not too far away from getting the program started here for the first round of the WP Concreting. No, in fact, it's the Australian Speedway League Late Models, and later on we'll have the WP Concreting 360 Wing Sprint Car Series. So at the moment, your fastest driver in practice was Joel Berkeley with a 15.184. We now have 5 minutes of practice. Each driver will have a couple of laps on the racetrack. And we'll have our top 10 qualifiers up on the left-hand side of the screen. You'll see the times start to come up on the left-hand side of your screen in just a moment. Not all cars, but a lot of cars. The first driver to get a time, Billy Ryan with a 15.887. These drivers are into the low 15s towards the end of practice. We'll see how they fare up in this one. You're watching Gavin Sadler on screen in the GSR Toyota car number 71. Bob King, quick time with a 15.465. Cam Taylor second quick. In fact, make that James Robbie with a 15.493. Sadler goes to position 5. Try and get some of the other drivers on the racetrack. Josh Harm with a 15.171. Nearly a tenth, nearly 2 tenths quicker, in fact. As Berkeley going to get his first flying lap in here at Eldora Speedway in the Super Late Models. Bob King second quick, Lachlan Smith third quick, Cam Taylor and James Robbie 4th and 5th. And as I say that, Joel Berkeley gets a time, was a time of a 15.446. Contact with the wall. So no time for Berkeley. He will go to 4th quick with a 15.371. Try and get other drivers on the racetrack. You're watching the 32 of Callan Arthur. I believe he was in the top 5 when it come to the end of practice. He's going to sit 17th quick. James Rice, just finishing his lap time with a 15.587, goes to position 7. Lewis Stewart has jumped up to position 7, bumping Rice back to position number 8. Gavin Sadler back in 9th, and Nathan Clark rounding out the top 10. You're watching the 31 on screen of Matt McCutcheon. 16.268 for Matt McCutcheon. Harry Edwards on the racetrack. Fastest lap was a 15.994. Now jumps to... In fact, won't jump anywhere. He was going to be about 9th quick with a 15.593, but lap time not counting. So the 46 of Matt Reed, 16.249. We've still got 2 cars that have not taken a time, and that is Zach Masters and Jock Goodyear. So at the moment, Josh Harm, position number 1 with a 15.171. Bob King, with a 15.342. Lachlan Smith with a 15.367. Joel Berkeley with a 15.371. Cam Taylor rounds out the top 5 with a 15.486. James Robbie with a 15.493. Lewis Hewitt a 15.580. A 15.587 for James Rice. Kevin Sadler with a 15.597. And Nathan Clark rounds out the top 10 with a 15.612. We go back to position number 11. That belongs to Zach Phelan with a 15.745. Shannon Jordan with a 15.806. Trent Gosley, 13th quick with a 15.854. Billy Ryan, 14th quick with a 15.887. John Schultz, 15th quick with a 15.965. Harry Edwards in 16th. Brett Junior Morris, 17th. 18th is Jared Steen. Michael Wilson, 19th. 20th is Callan Arthur. Marcus Konitska, 21st. Brenton West, 22nd. Matt Reed in 23rd. Danny Vassell in 24th. 25th is Matt McCutcheon. 26th, Dale Grother. Jake Maloney, 27th. Kane Blair, 28th. 29th, George Fullerton. 30th, Zach Calderwood. Bryce Kenyon in 31st. 32nd is Darren Lord. Scott Griffiths is 33rd. And Zach Masters and Jock Goodyear, the only two drivers not to get a time in here. And now we have heat race number 1. And wow, a 12-car heat race here this evening. So the opening heat of the night here for the Australian Speedway League Super Late Models. Reminder later on, after this one, we'll take a quick break. We'll have another stream up for the WB Concreting 360 Winged Sprint Car Series. On our City Group Holdings starting grid for heat race number 1, Josh Arm in car number 11 will start on pole position. To his outside, his teammate in the number 9, Joel Berkeley, will start out of position number 2. The third TTL car to start in the top 3 right now, it is going to be the 3 of Lewis Hewitt on the inside of row number 2. To his outside, in car number 25, it's Nathan Clark out of position number 4. Out of position 5 in the transport equipment hire, it is Trent Gosley out of position number 5. Starting out of position number 6 is the 66 of Harry Edwards. Out of position 7, the 27 of Michael Wilson will start alongside the 113 of Brenton West. Inside row number 5, the 31 of Matt McCutcheon. And to his outside in position number 10, the 26 of Kane Blair. And your final row for tonight's heat race in car number 61, out of position number 11, it's Bryce Kenyon. Will line up alongside the 16 of Jock Goodyear. So the first heat of the Australian Speedway League Super Late Models at Eldora Speedway, the Big E, big half a mile of a racetrack, the season over the next 12 weeks. Right here on Ultimate Dirt TV, we'll have the Australian 360 title, presented by Down Under Graphics. We'll also have the Knoxville Nationals as well. So lots of racing to come up over the next 12 weeks. Here we go. Josh Arm and Joel Berkeley. All starts are on the green flag, or restarts are on the leader. Green flag is out. Heat race number 1, and we are underway. Top side is going to be fairly dominant in these super late models. We got one around now. No cautions in the heat races, so it's straight up racing. Lewis Hewitt falling back to position number 4. Almost going to get shuffled back to position 5 with Harry Edwards on the outside in the 66. Contact with the 26 there of Kane Blair. The battle is going to be up front here between the two teammates. Berkeley leading the opening couple of laps here in the super late models. Now, cast your mind back a couple of seasons ago, it was Josh Arm and Joel Berkeley who were always at the top. When it come to the super late models, Berkeley got into the wall. And I believe I think he might be undefeated in super late model action competition here at Eldora. He's going to be one to watch. Nathan Clark in the 25 in position number 3 to go back to Harry Edwards in 4th. 5th is going to be Lewis Hewitt. And we we got the 113 of Brenton West falling back a little bit. Jock Goodyear now making his way from 12th up to position number 6 right now. Edwards into the wall, and Lewis Hewitt, he follows him in. We're halfway home. 5 down, 5 to go in the opening heat race of the night. Harmer's caught back up to Joel Berkeley in turns 3 and 4. Berkeley just taps the wall with the right rear fender on that race car. Harmy, he's close right now. Just gets into the wall a little bit. Loses a little bit of speed into turns 1 and 2. And Berkeley looking to continue this dominant run on the top side of the racetrack. Cushion already starting to build. Harm into the wall yet again. Zach Masters in 3rd. We look at Lewis Hewitt and Jock Goodyear throwing slide jobs on each other. Hewitt, he put it into the fence into turns 1 and 2. 2 laps to go for your race leader. Berkeley's got half a second over Josh Harm. Nathan Clark in 3rd. Harry Edwards, Jock Goodyear from 12th up to 5th. So what a drive by the 16. He has passed plenty of cars in the opening heat race of the night. And let me tell you, these are not going to be the last cars he's going to pass. Lap car in front of your race leader, Joel Berkeley. It's the 26th of Kane Blair. He goes to the bottom. He's got one last chance, but off the corner number 4, the 9 will hold strong. He will grab the win in heat race number 1. Josh Harm will grab 2nd. 3rd will be Nathan Clark. Harry Edwards in 4th. Jock Goodyear round out the top 5. Then go back to Lewis Hewitt. Matt McCutcheon, Trent Gosley, Michael Wilson. In fact, Brenton West, Michael Wilson, Bryce Kenyon, and Kane Blair. Heat race number 1 done, and picked up the win was Joel Berkeley. As we get set for heat race number 2. And starting on the pole was tonight's 2nd fastest qualifier in car number 51 in the Team SSR Trackstar Raceway. It's going to be Bob King on the outside of the front row. He's going to be his teammate in car number 6. It'll be Cam Taylor. The big red car in the JR Productions and Media car number 5. It's going to be James Rice out of position number 3. Team SSR continue on with having 3 cars in the front 2 rows. It's the 49 of Zachary Phelan who will start out of position number 4. Out of position 5. In car number 33, it's going to be Billy Ryan. To his outside in the 44, Brett Junior Morris. At a position number 7, the 32 of Callan Arthur will line up alongside the 46 of Matty Reid. Dale Grother in car number 24 will line up out of position number 9. To his outside the 500 of George Fullerton. And our final row for tonight's 2nd heat race of the night, inside row number 6 in the 015, the DBL Racing. It's Darren Lord. And starting out of position 12 in the Race on Oz, car number 95, it's Zach Masters. Heat 2 on the board. Rolling into turn number 3 right now when we get the green flag off turn 4. It'll be 10 laps on the board, no cautions in tonight's racing other than the A main. And we are green. Keep an eye on the 33. That's Billy Ryan on the inside of James Rice. They go 3 wide into turn number 1 and 2. Phelan into the wall. Callan Arthur, he gets a big piece of that one. He goes upside down. Matty Reid going up and around as well. As we get the opening laps in the books right now. Rice right on the bottom side of the racetrack. Needs to get to the top side at the moment. He's going to have any chance at sort of making a run at the top 3 right now. Bob King continuing to lead lap number 2. It is in the books. Cam Taylor closely followed in by 2nd. And you go back to Zachary Phelan in 3rd. James Rice 4th. Keep the chat clean, guys. Seriously. So Taylor trying to reel in your race leader, the 51 of Bob King. So just like we seen in heat race number 1, the team cars are 1 and 2 right now. At the moment, they've got a transfer spot already locked up. George Fullerton going back to the pits on the entry into turn number 1 and 2, so we'll see him later on in the C main. James Rice, well, he's got a chance to get into the top 3 and take away this Team SSR podium lockout in heat race number 2. He's going to get by the 49 of Zachary Phelan. 5 down, 5 to go in heat race number 2. Taylor into the wall, and he's going to lose a ton of ground to the 51 of Bob King. 3/4 of a straightaway, if you don't mind. Ricey still in 4th. Brett Junior Morris in position 5. 6 is Zach Masters doing a repeat of what Jock Goodyear done in the opening heat of the night. He come from position number 12, and he's made his way past half the field already. So the 95, well, you know, he's got his race face on at the moment. Ricey still see the cars on pit road. There are quite a few of them actually. As Bob King into turns 3 and 4. We'll get the white flag this time by. He'll put a lap on Matt Reed. Matty Reed going a lap down here in heat racing competition. 33 going to go a lap down as well. And Bob King will come out of turn number 4. He gets the checkered flag. Bob King will start position number 2. Cam Taylor comes away with 2nd. 3rd is going to be James Rice. He gets past Zach Phelan in the last couple of laps of that one. So Zach will come home in 4th. Brett Junior Morris, Zach Masters, Billy Ryan, Matt Reed, Dale Grother, George Fullerton, Darren Lord, and Callan Arthur. Heat race number 2 done. 3rd and final heat race of the night. They will line up like this in the 911. It's going to be Lachlan Smith who will start on pole. To the outside in the 41, it's going to be James Robbie. At a position number 3, caliber 71 of Gavin Sadler will line up alongside the 2 of Shannon Jordan. At a position number 5 in the 78, it's John Schultz. Starting out of position 6, the 91 of Jared Steen. Starting out of position number 7, the 55 of Marcus Knitska will line up alongside the 97 of Danny Vassell out of position number 8. Jake Maloney will start out of position number 9 in caliber 29. Out of position number 10, the 75 of Zach Calderwood. And all at the back on his lonesome in caliber 63, Scott Griffiths will start out of position number 11. So another 10 laps on the board for the 3rd and final heat race of the night before we get set into the preliminary mains. We'll have a C, B, and an A main. I'm not sure whether we're going with 2 B mains or a C and a B. Smith alongside Robbie and Sadler and Jordan. Here we go. Green flag is out. Heat race number 3. Smith trying to slide up to the top of the racetrack. He runs the middle of turn number 1 and 2 side by side. Robbie on the outside. Sadler into position number 3. Here comes Smith with a slide job on Robbie, but Robbie crosses back underneath the 78 of John Schultz. Gets turned around and Smith gets to the cushion in turns 1 and 2. And the 911 will look to put a hurt on the rest of this field in heat race number 3. James Robbie in 2nd position right now, followed by Gavin Sadler in position number 3. Those drivers are on the top of the racetrack. Marcus Knitska through the middle in turns 1 and 2. Back in position number 4. And you go back to Danny Vassell in position number 5 as he gets into the wall just a little bit. Now that's going to allow the 2 of Shannon Jordan to close the gap into turns 1 and 2. Jordan on the inside, but Vassell holds strong on the top side of the racetrack. Your race leader, Lachlan Smith. 4 laps complete, 6 to go in the final heat race of the night. We're going to go on board here with James Robbie. On board with Lachlan Smith now. And just see what it's like to run a cushion in a super late model at Eldora. You see how close they get to that outside wall, with just 2.5 to go this time by. You see James Robbie in the 41 start to close the gap on the 911 there of Lachlan Smith, with 2 laps to go in the final heat race of the night. White flag this time by for Lachlan Smith. James Robbie in second still. Gavin Sadler in third. Marcus Kaniska, Shannon Jordan. In fact, Shannon Jordan up to position number 4 now, battling it out side by side for 4th and 5th with Kaniska. Kaniska and Jordan into 3 and 4. Lachlan Smith will grab the win. James Robbie second. Third is going to be Sadler. 4th will be Kaniska up the line. 5th will go to Jordan, Steen, Schultz, Calderwood, Maloney, Vassell and Griffiths. Rounds out the field in heat race number 3. Here we go, B main time. I believe this will be B main number 1. I think we're going to be taking the top 3 here in just a moment. We're going to check one thing. Top 4 will go on to the next part of the program. 12 laps the distance starting on the pole. In car number 16, Jock Goodyear to the outside of the front row out of position 2, car number 2 of Shannon Jordan. Out of position number 3, the 95 of Zach Masters. The 31 of Matt McCutcheon will start position number 4. Out of position number 5, the 78 of John Schultz lines up alongside the 46 of Matt Reed. Position 7, the 113 of Brenton West and Jake Maloney in the 29 will start at a position number 8. At a position 9, the 24 of Dale Growth of Bryce Kenyon in the 61 will start at a position number 10. And out of position number 11, it'll be the 63 of Scott Griffiths. I believe this will be B main 1. Top 4 will advance. Goodyear and Jordan. The front row Masters and McCutcheon, Schultz and Reed. Here we go. 12 laps on the board and we are green here at Eldora for top 4 will go on. The rest of the guys will go home. Masters, Schultz, and the 31 of McCutcheon made it 3 wide. As here's now Goodyear getting a little bit of a bump there from Zach Masters in turns 3 and 4. Shannon Jordan in the 2 car, your race leader. Down the back straight away, but now here comes Goodyear with a big slide job. No! Doesn't clear him. And that could have got really ugly. Now the 78 of John Schultz on the inside of Jock Goodyear into turn number 1 and 2. Schultz runs through the middle. Goodyear rides on the top of the racetrack on that cushion. And he's got a run on the 2 car. The 31 of Matt McCutcheon sitting in that 4th and final transfer spot. Oh, Jordan made a mistake down the back straight away. Now there's the slide job from Goodyear. But Jordan with the immediate crossover. Will take back the race lead on the front straight away. Here comes Goodyear once again with a slide job on Jordan. Jordan with the last crossover. Battle is on for the race lead, and we've still got 8 laps to go. Jordan goes to the bottom to protect that slide job going into 3 and 4. Going to go to the bottom again in 1 and 2. So they're trying to stay away from the cushion at the moment. Now Goodyear giving Jordan a bit of false sense of security now. He's gone to the top side and Goodyear rails on top of the racetrack. Goodyear to the race lead. Halfway home, 6 down, 6 complete. 6 to go. 78 of Schultz through the middle in turns 3 and 4. Matt McCutcheon running the slide job line in 3 and 4. He's got Zach Masters in behind him as well. Masters looking to get a top 4 and transfer on to the next part of the program. He's got a run on McCutcheon. Now Masters on the outside. Here comes McCutcheon with the slide job line into 3 and 4. But Masters crosses underneath McCutcheon into turns number 1 and 2. McCutcheon slide job line in turns 1 and 2. And John Schultz needs to be careful now. He's comfortable in 3rd, but he's got McCutcheon and Masters closely in behind him in turns 3 and 4 with 2 laps. Make that 3 laps to go. That time bypass the flag stand. The battle is on for the final transfer spot. Here is McCutcheon and Masters. Oh my, and Schultz 3 wide. Oh, Schultz, he cops the raw end of that one. He goes around. And Masters and McCutcheon go on by with just 2 laps to go. Goodyear now got the white flag. That time by... Uh-oh, Goodyear slow down. He gets through that one somehow, as does Jordan. Now your race winner, Jock Goodyear, in the 16 will come home in 1st. 2nd will go to the 2 of Shannon Jordan. Zach Masters in 3rd. And Matt McCutcheon rounds out the top 4. Those drivers, their nights continue. The rest of the drivers, Matt Reed, Dale Grother, West Maloney, they will all go to the back of tonight's A main, B main, number 2. Getting set to roll off here with another 12 laps on the board. Starting on the pole in the 44, it is Brett Jr. Morris. To the outside of the front row, it's the 3 of Lewis Hewitt. Out of position number 3, the 91 of Jared Steen will line up alongside the 33 of Billy Ryan. Out of position number 4. The 07 of Trent Gosley will line up out of position number 5. The 75 of Zach Calderwood will start out of position number 6. Out of position 7, it's the 015 of Darren Lord lines up alongside the 27 of Michael Wilson. The 97 of Danny Vassell will line up out of position number 9. And in the 500, George Fullerton starts out of position number 10. Our final row for the B main, number 2. In car number 26, it'll be Kane Blair. And to the outside, in car number 32, Callan Arthur. So another 4 drivers to transfer to the outside of the main event. Here this evening, the last 4 spots on the outside, 24th, 22nd, 20th, and 18th are all up for grabs here. In fact, I think it'll be a 23 car field. No, in fact, it might even be a 20 car field, in fact. We took our top 4 from the 3 heat races, give us 12 cars, and our top 4 in both B mains, so 12 plus 8 is 20. 10 plus 9 is 21, as they say. Brett Jr. Morris, Lewis Hill at the front row, Jared Steen, and Billy Ryan. 12 laps on the board. Green flag is out, and keep an eye on Brett Jr. Morris to use that slide job line in turns 1 and 2. He does so. Hewitt had to get on the brakes big time to stop from running into the back of the 44, the 33 of Ryan, giving Hewitt a bit of a bump and no run. We got cars turned around at the back. Zach Calderwood involved, Danny Vassell, George Fullerton, Callan Arthur getting through that one as well. So 2 laps complete in this 12-lap B main number 2. And it's Brett Jr. Morris to lead from Lewis Hewitt. You're watching Billy Ryan on screen. Hewitt has gone to the bottom now to put the big slider on. And Morris going to return the favour. They bang doors off corner number 2 for the race lead. Slide job again from Lewis Hewitt with Brett Jr. Morris crossing back underneath. And the battle is on for the race lead. And now Brett Jr. Morris with the slider again on Lewis Hewitt. They race side by side down the back straight away. You can't split these 2 drivers right now. As keep an eye on the mobile 133 of Billy Ryan. Slider from Morris again. Hewitt crosses underneath you now. Oh, making swapping paints down the back straight away. Hewitt with a big slide job again. And what they're doing is they're allowing Billy Ryan in the 33, Jared Steen in the 91 to catch up. And Trent Gosley as well. Wow, Hewitt kept his foot in the bucket. And now Morris is going to slide job Hewitt into 3 and 4, but he bangs the wall. And they make contact. Oh no! 3 wide for the race lead. Cars sideways. Morris around. And Billy Ryan to the race lead. Second is Trent Gosley, Jared Steen in 3rd. And 4th is Lewis Hewitt. A reminder, top 4 will go on through. Kane Blair in the 26th. 1 spot out of a transfer. Wow, that was just hard racing at its finest. And Trent Gosley in the Transport Equipment Hire 07 machine. Comfortable in 2nd. He's just picked off cars like you wouldn't believe. Callan Arthur now on the inside of the 26. And your race leader off of turn number 4 with 2 laps to go. It's the 33 Mobile 1 of Billy Ryan. Through turns 1 and 2, just trying to keep the car nice and straight and on that cushion. Not using too much of the throttle right now. And the white flag is out. One more time. 4 turns to go for Billy Ryan. Trent Gosley, Jared Steen and Lewis Hewitt, the top 4, who will make it into tonight's show. And off of corner number 4, Billy Ryan in the 33 will get the job done from Trent Gosley, Jared Steen and Lewis Hewitt will be our 4 cars that transfer into the main event. Kane Blair, Callan Arthur, Vassell, Morris, Lord, Calderwood, Wilson and George Fullerton when they are all going home. And it is now time for the main event here. 20 cars getting set to roll off for 30 laps. Now, caution laps will count towards tonight's feature event, so 30 laps on the board. We have a yellow. The laps will continue to tick off.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Starting out of position number 20 in car number 3, Lewis Hewitt. In the 91 out of position 19, it's Jared Steen. Out of position 18, the 07 of Trent Gosley and Billy Ryan. Out of position number 13. 17. Matt McCutcheon in the 31 will line up in position 16 on his inside. The 95 of Zach Masters. Outside the 7th row, the 2 of Shannon Jordan lines up alongside the 16 of Jock Goodyear. Out of position 12, the 55 of Marcus Konecka lines up alongside the 49 of Zachary Phelan. 10th starter tonight in car number 66, Harry Edwards starts out of position 10. Out of position 9, the 71 of Gavin Sadler. In the JR Production and Media number 5, it's James Rice out of position number 8. And in the 25, Nathan Clark out of position number 7. Out of position number 6, the 41 of Cam Taylor. James Robbie lines up alongside the 6 of Cam Taylor out of position number 5. The inversion tonight was for Josh Harm in the 11. In fact, no inversion. Josh Harm finished 2nd. Josh Harm will start Out of position 4, Lachlan Smith out of position 3. And your front row for tonight's 30-lapper, Bob King on the outside of the front row, Joel Berkeley on the pole. Let's get dirty for 30, the super late models at Eldora, and we are green. Already 4 wide on the entry into turn number 1 and 2. They now go out to 3 and 2 wide. See if we can get a lap in here at Eldora with still some 3 wide competition. And this is going to be on for young and old right now. There is 3 wide multiple times throughout the racetrack at the moment. The 25 of Nathan Clark in position number 6, looking on the inside of Cam Taylor, but he falls back to position number 6. Smith now looking through the middle. He's got Cam Taylor on the outside, and the caution flag flies for the first time this evening. Let's take a look so we can find out what happened here on our Colby's Eye Paint instant replay. Rice getting into the wall, and there is the culprit there. This was the opening lap, keeping an eye on 95 of Zach Masters. I believe he may have had given a helping hand to the 55. Yeah, just tagged him a little bit. Konietzko got a little bit sideways in front of Masters. And Masters just got to run on that cushion. And so the caution flag flies here in tonight's main event for the first time. Still plenty of racing to come here later on. Right after this main event, we'll have a chat to our top 3 fairly quickly. And then we'll get straight into the WP Concreting 360 Wing Sprint Car Series. They'll be back here at Eldora Speedway. And over the next 12 weeks, we'll have different tracks. We'll also have the midgets on hand as well. 2 classes a night. So lights are out, we're going green this time by. It'll be 6 laps complete, 24 to run. Berkeley can go whenever the pace truck is on the infield on pit road, and he wastes no time in getting this race back underway. 2 GSR teammates, Robbie and Sadler, went to the bottom in 1 and 2. Here comes Robbie with a slide job on Nathan Clark with a nice crossover in the 25. This is your battle for 6th and 7th. Now throw in Gavin Sadler as well, making this a 3-car battle. Berkeley will lead from King and Josh Harm in position number 3. Fastest lap just turned by Joel Berkeley with 15.407. And that's happened on lap number 8. King has got a run on Berkeley off turn 4 this time. Berkeley hits the cushion. Bob King just in a 15.390. We've seen these 2 drivers, certainly 2 of the best that Australia has to offer when it comes to the iRacing scene on dirt. No matter what they step their backsides into, they are always near the front of the field, and caution flag flies, and we've got Harry Edwards in the 66. Shannon Jordan out of the event in this one. Let's take a look at our Colby's Eye Paints instant replay. Oh, it's the 16 of Jock Goodyear and Harry Edwards coming together there. Jock Goodyear put the big slider on. Harry Edwards, unfortunately. Oh, Steen in the 91 as well. Just after the yellow had come down, come out, Rice and Steen came together. Oh, that's no good. Shannon's internet lagged out. That's heartbreak for the driver on the number 2 machine. He was fast tonight. I was looking forward to seeing how the two could progress forward in tonight's feature. So hopefully they come back for the 360 Sprint Car Series if they're registered, or hopefully see them back next time the Super Late models are out. So 1 to green this time by. And we'll have 14 down with 16 remain. 1 to green right now. Joel Berkeley, the race leader from Bob King and Josh Harm. Cam Taylor, Lachlan Smith, Nathan Clark, James Robbie, Gavin Sadler, Zachary Phelan, Jock Goodyear rounds out the top 10. Go back to Billy Ryan, Matt McCutcheon, Lewis Hewitt, Trent Gosley, Jared Steen, Marcus Kaniska, James Rice, Zach Masters, Harry Edwards, 19 cars, and Shannon Jordan. The only car not to be out onto the racetrack. Pace truck in, Berkeley gets us back underway. Can you play this on the Atari game machine? Go for it. If you can find one that's got the graphics, go for it. So Taylor got a good run on Harm in turns 3 and 4, but the caution flag flies. Looks like the 5 of Rice is slowing. Billy Ryan, the 33. The reason for that caution just come up into the 31 of Matt McCutcheon. And Billy Ryan around in turns 3. So James Rice in their newly painted big red machine in the JR Productions and Media BK Designs Ultimate Dirt TV number 5 on pit road. So the second car to be classified as a DNF in this one. We've still got 18 cars on the racetrack. Now 1 to green this time by. 12 laps complete, so a B main distance left to run. Now remember, this can finish under yellow. Hopefully it does not happen in that way. The King got some left rear fender damage on that race car, as does Josh Harm. Pace truck in. Berkeley's hard on the gas. Let's keep an eye on Taylor, who got a great run on Josh Harm into turns 1 and 2, but he couldn't pull the slide job off. And here comes Lachlan Smith on the outside of his teammate Cam Taylor in the number 6. That's your battle for 4th right now. Taylor stuck in no man's land in the middle of the racetrack. Zachary Phelan going backwards as well. Top 3 all run the cushion. Certainly the fastest way around this racetrack. The cushion of death is built up on these drivers. They put the big right rear tyre on the cushion, and they just let it eat. Now Josh Harm getting a run on Bob King in turns 1 and 2. Does he go for the slider? We've got 9 laps to go this time by for your race leader, Joel Berkeley, who was just pulled over a second lead from Bob King, and Josh Harm the top 3. This battle is well and truly on right now between Harm and King. How does Harmy approach this one? When does he go for the big slide job? He waits for a mistake from King, and there's the mistake. And Harm to the inside. And there's the slide job, but Bob King turns it back underneath him side by side into 1 and 2. Bob King returns save with a slide job, but Harm with a nice little crossover down the back straight away. But he loses all sorts of momentum on the exit of turn number 2. And they both get to the cushion, nose to tail. 6 laps to go for your race leader, Joel Berkeley. Nearly a 2-second lead over Bob King. And Josh Harm. Cam Taylor back in position 4. Lachlan Smith in 5th. James Robbie, Jock Goodyear, Nathan Clark, Matt McCutcheon, and Lewis Hewitt from the back of the bus, looking at trying to collect the hard charger here award this evening. Oh, Harm and King, they made a little bit of contact. King just got off the cushion. Now he gets into the wall. Harm looking to the inside once again, but he can't make the pass. Here comes Cam Taylor in the 6 machine. Maybe he might have something to say for second and third. Now here comes Harm with a big slide job into 3 and 4. And there's King with a great crossover. And now here comes the 6 of Cam Taylor. 2 wide now. Cam Taylor going to try and throw the slider on Harm. But he's not quite clear of him just yet. And he will lose about 5 car lengths on your second and third place cars. Berkeley is gone, and well, he's in lap traffic right now. He put the slider on. I believe might be Zach Masters or Zachary Phelan. In fact, I think it is Phelan. No, it's Masters. And the white flag is out. Next time, this time, right now. Oh, Phelan climbs the wall. 1 lap to go. Berkeley. Oh, we got a car stopped on the inside. That will not bring the yellow out because we've already taken the white flag. Berkeley through turns 3 and 4, getting the job done. Second is going to go to Bob King, and Josh Harm finishes in third. 30 laps, there we go, just 3 cautions in this one. So a good chunk of that main event been run under the green flag, and let's take a look at our Centre Group Holdings finishing results. Car number 9 of Joel Merkley comes away with the win, will lead all 30 laps by 2.725 seconds over Bob King in second. Third went to Josh Harm. Cam Taylor got 4th. James Robbie got 5th. Lachlan Smith got 6th. Jock Goodyear from 13th to 7th. Nathan Clark in 8th. Matt McCutcheon from 16th to 9th. Unofficially, tonight's hard charger. In fact, tonight's hard charger. In car number 3 from 20th to position number 10, Lewis Hewitt. You go over the page, Gavin Sadler comes home with 11th place finish. Trent Gosley in 12th. 13th was Billy Ryan. Jared Steen in 14th. 15th was Marcus Kanitzka. Zach Masters in 16th. 17th, Zachary Phelan. Harry Edwards in 18th. James Rice 19th. And Shannon Jordan rounds out the 20-car field. We'll have a chat with our top 3. Can get to those guys in just a second. Bring in tonight's third place finisher here tonight. Harmy, congratulations on third. You started off quick time tonight. You got second in the heat, and well, you had a good race there with Bob to come home third. How are you feeling after that one?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm over the moon with quick time. I felt quite good on this track, but yeah, I missed the start in the heat, and it's just too hard to pass on this 1-lane track. And I had a good race at the end, actually. It's real fun.
Yeah, talking about what it's like, with this cushion being, so big and so topside dominant. I mean, you kind of had to wait for a mistake from Bob there. It happened with about 7 to go. You got underneath him, but I think a couple of laps later, after you guys just throwing sliders on each other, you couldn't get the run out of turn number 2, and it looked like you were just sort of consolidating in third.
Yeah, that's it. It was just too slick off the corner for me to get a good run for the slide job. And then, yeah, we were throwing sliders and Cam Taylor was coming up, so had another spinner in the works.
Right, well done on a third place here, and well done on the podium to kick off the Super Late Models. But why don't we let you thank some sponsors that make it all happen for you, buddy?
Thanks, Brett. Just thanks TTL, Nash Media, Dan and the Graphics. Thank you. Oh.
Yeah, keep going.
I said in Ultimate Dirt TV. Thank you.
Josh Harm in third place, coming home in second place tonight in the 51. He won his seat, went second quick, and second here this evening. Bob King, congratulations on a second. Second's going to have to do when you got the likes of Berkeley and Harmy out here tonight.
Yeah, thanks, Brett. It wasn't a bad race. Had some decent speed, but yeah, probably just smashed down the wall too many times, and the car was a little bit bent towards the end of the race. So yeah, but still happy to come away with the second.
As I said, smashing down that wall. You guys are putting the big right rear tyres on that cushion that is probably centimeters away from that wall. What is the mindset in these super late models to try and keep them off the wall?
For starters, you hold your breath on entry, and hopefully it sticks. And well, at the time the wall is the reason it sticks, but yeah, you just got to do what you can, and yeah, just try and not to lose too much momentum when you do tag it.
These cars are a lot different to the sprint cars, especially you get into the wall in a sprint car. Generally, 9 out of 10 times your race is going to be over. But you know, in these super late models, there's a little bit more room to play with.
Oh yeah, well you can get into the wall, but obviously then half your track is taken up now with twice the size of the car. But yeah, it's still a bunch of load of racing, a bunch of fun racing them. But yeah, still a good night.
Well, who do you want to thank that makes the wheels turn on that 51 machine?
Synergy Sim Racing, Trackstar Raceware, the Speedway Shop, and Newlon. Couldn't do it without all your support. ASL for putting it on, and Ultimate Dirt TV for broadcasting.
All right, we'll chat with tonight's winner. Somehow, he just knows how to find victory lane in a super late model. Burke, congratulations on this win. I think I said it earlier on the broadcast. In a super late model at Eldora, I still think you're unbeaten. Would that be correct? Yeah, let's just go with this.
No, I don't think so. Pretty sure the grand final of the first series, Harmy beat me by half, like a car length. I think he beat me in the final, but that's a long time ago. So let's just say that I won, and yeah, we'll just roll if I won.
Yeah,
it works for me.
That works for me too. Hey, top side just so dominant. I mean, on the start, how crucial was it to get to the cushion in turn 1 and 2 on that opening lap?
Getting to the cushion, turn 1 and 2 on the first lap. If I didn't do it, I wouldn't have won the race unless Bob made a major mistake. And if I didn't make a major mistake, I knew I should have been able to hold on. And at the end, I think a lot less yards than I expected, though. I thought there would have been a few more than 3, but yeah, good racing overall from everyone, I guess.
I mean, as a driver, it's not something you want to see, especially when the other laps count towards a total number of laps. I mean, you know, how good, you know, was it to have just those 3 yellows? You know, admittedly, you would have liked to have no yellows and run the 30 laps flag to flag. But in the end, you know, all drivers are on the same racetrack. It all comes back down to where you put the car and, you know, how you drive on this racetrack.
Yeah, that's right, Brett. I think every other track will produce a lot better racing than Eldora, so I'd expect maybe even a couple of races to go green to checker throughout the season. It's just, yeah, I think Eldora is probably the toughest track to actually run on the schedule. So good job to everyone, and yeah, 3 cautions isn't something to be ashamed of.
All right, we turn our attention to the 360 winged sprint cars next, so we'll let you get set for that one. But before we let you get out of here in victory lane, who do you want to thank that makes it all happen for you?
Yeah, 360 is going to be definitely a challenge with the fastest cars to the back from qualifying, so I'm sure there'll be a lot of passing and a lot of action for everyone watching. But yeah, nice thanks to the guys at TTL Esports, down to graphics, Sash Media, Speedway footage, Thigh Designs, Hover Stimulator. I know I've missed one. Oh yeah, Ultimate Dirt TV. Haha.
Good job on the win, Joel, and we'll see you in the 360s.
Thanks, Brett.
And we have it, Joel Berkeley with the win here in the opening race of the Australian Speedway League Super Late Model Series here from the Eldora Speedway. As I said earlier on, and just then, we now turn our attention to the 360 Wing Sprint Car Series live from the Eldora Speedway. We're going to shut this stream off. We'll have another one up and running in just a few moments' time. So make sure you come back and stick around. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit the like button on Facebook for Ultimate Dirt TV. Head over to the Australian Speedway League. Give them guys a like and just show your support for the guys that allow Ultimate Dirt TV to cover the action. You can head over to our YouTube channel. Go to youtube.com/Ultimate Dirt TV. Hit the subscribe button. Doesn't cost you a cent. And we'll have all our races uploaded from the Facebook page and uploaded onto YouTube. So if you want to watch them back on YouTube, you can, or you can watch them back here on Facebook Live. We'll take a short break and come back with the 360 Wing Sprint Car Series presented by WP Concreting and Australian Speedway League right here on Ultimate Dirt TV.